5 ways to get in touch with angels. Is someone there? Angels are versatile beings, at least in our human imagination they are. We know them from the Bible, where they repeatedly act as heavenly messengers and mediators between God and people. We have only had a real image of them since the angel cult of the Baroque era, where they looked down cheekily on the people of Earth as cute, chubby-cheeked children. Anyone who is introduced to the idea of a personal guardian angel in childhood can count themselves lucky. Angels represent the perfect beginnings of every personally lived spirituality. They are, so to speak, the starter models among the figures of light, as they always appear to us more like confidants at eye level, not as a superior higher power. Anyone who is put off by the idea of declaring their concerns to be a matter for the boss would do well to contact their angels. We would therefore like to show you 5 ways in which you can get in touch with your own personal celestial guardian beings. Number 1. Meditation opens your heart. It is the key to our inner self, but also to our spiritual guides. If you meditate daily, you will soon be open to the messengers of your angels. However, this is not a one-way street. With a little practice, we will eventually be able to initiate contact with the heavenly messengers ourselves and consciously bring them about. When we are completely with ourselves in moments of complete silence, we should feel the presence of the angels. Their light can illuminate our spirit and warm our soul. In harmony with our inner voice and completely centered in the moment, angels can easily make themselves known. Of course, an open mind and faith are important prerequisites for this. Angels do not necessarily speak to us with words during a meditation. They can conjure up images in our mind's eye and give us a sense of foreboding. Sometimes they speak in the form of a brilliant idea, send us their heavenly energy as a flash of inspiration, or whisper the long-awaited answer to a big question in our ear. Some people imagine angels to be completely spiritual beings of light. Perhaps it helps us in everyday life to see them as practical and friendly helpers, who probably can't solve all our problems. However, they can certainly make a significant contribution to strengthening our own problem-solving skills. Meditation always somehow brings clarity and is able to clear the fog that occasionally clouds our perception. If we then also succeed in contacting our angels directly in this way, any doubts about the usefulness of this wonderful practice are rendered superfluous. Number 2. Recognizing synchronicities. Angel numbers and other conspicuous clusters, which a less spiritually inclined person might dismiss as mere coincidence, are clear signs from above. The angel numbers bring relatively clear messages with them. Other fortunate coincidences are sometimes more difficult to identify as direct messages from heaven. Nature also sometimes speaks to us by presenting us with interesting phenomena and animal appearances, which, with a little basic trust, can also be understood as messages from above. The higher powers love to make use of the power of repetition. Everything in life is subject to a cycle. So, if you suddenly find yourself surrounded by recurring signs and indications, you are in the middle of a circle of supernatural rope teams that are keeping a watchful eye on you. Number 3. Pay more attention to your feelings. We humans are made up of body, mind, and soul. Angels feel responsible for us as a complete work of art, even if they can't always find us on all 3 levels. We are sometimes so distracted in the hustle and bustle of everyday life that we can't pay any attention to our mind and soul. However, we cannot ignore our body for too long. Messages from angels can therefore be hidden behind big feelings, even negative ones such as anger, fear, or shame. If we feel that something unusual is going on inside us, we should definitely pay attention to this personal message from the highest level. Our feelings are in direct contact with our spiritual superego. They are like channels that can collect energy and channel it through our body. Not all of these perceptions will be pleasant for us, but sometimes even the gentlest of celestial messengers have to use harsher methods to get in touch with us. This includes purely physical symptoms such as pain, tension, insomnia, and other diffuse indications of a purely physical nature. Number 4, asking for a dream message. When our conscious mind fails, the subconscious must take control, at least temporarily. Angels don't always get through to us during the day for a variety of reasons. However, if you feel the need to get in touch with them, or you have specific wishes for them, ask for a meeting of the dreamlike kind. Our dreams are the ideal meeting place for all areas that our consciousness cannot manage so well. This includes everything spiritual, intuitive, and the so-called supernatural that wants to speak to us from another time or dimension. Dreams are therefore the perfect place for a casual chat with our angels. Just invite them to join you in the land of dreams before you go to sleep. You may not be able to remember them the next morning, but they certainly won't have turned down your friendly invitation. Number 5, give your inner voice more space. All people carry the divine spark within them. It enlightens our souls and turns people into personalities. Some of us are better than others at maintaining this connection to our spiritual light. Those who listen to their inner voice have the very best chance of establishing a kind of stable, dedicated line directly to the higher spheres. Our inner voice has been with us all our lives. Sometimes it sounds like our parents, our harshest critic, and our best friend all rolled into one. But it can also sound like God, the universe, and if we listen to ourselves carefully and with all due respect, even karma sometimes speaks to us. It is up to each of us to keep this divine dialogue going. So, if you want to contact your angel, listen to yourself. It will answer you reliably if you're really open and ready for it. Faith and trust are, of course, the necessary prerequisites. Ask for an answer. Sometimes, however, all lines remain dead and no one answers at the other end. Just as our prayers are occasionally not answered, or at least not always answered immediately, our angels are also occasionally unavailable. Of course, the reasons for this are not clear to us humans. However, anyone who studies the principle of divine or universal order knows from the bottom of their heart that there are good reasons for radio silence. Perhaps a solution to the problem is still being worked on. Perhaps we've asked the wrong questions. In principle, however, the same applies to contact with our angels as to all prayers and wishes to the higher powers. Ask and you will receive an answer. Ask and it will be given to you. There is no doubt about this truth. However, the when and the how are beyond our knowledge.